Oh, just give me one arm and one leg. It's
Yeah.
okay.
And now I have wet hair. We may not talk about knitting tonight. So if I'm messing with my hair, it's because it has to be fluffed.
I really did it to you today.
Okay,
So we haven't seen each other for like a week.
should we do the intro first?
Sure.
Hello, welcome to Table 10, our knitting podcast. My name's Renee.
I'm Rachel, and this is episode 13.
Episode 13.
Lucky number 13.
If you have never been to our table before, thank you so much for joining us. And if you've been here with us previously, welcome back.
Yeah.
We're so happy to have you. Really, guys, we are so appreciative of that you gave us a chance, that you stuck around, that you comment, that you teach us things in your comments, that you encourage us. Really.
Yeah.
It means so much. We are so thankful
This has been
for you.
what started
Each and every one of you.
as, it's like blossomed into something.
It really has.
Yeah.
You guys are awesome.
It makes me excited.
If you are new here, we release our new videos at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time every Thursday. So now let's get into, we haven't seen each other.
No, we haven't. We had one FaceTime call last week. Two FaceTime calls last week.
I want to tell them that story, but go ahead.
Because I was on a boat.
You were on a boat. I went on a road trip.
My husband and I took our first no-kid trip
In a long time.
in a really long time.
Yeah.
I think maybe we went away for a weekend in 2018. We had been planning this. This was like 2 or 3 years in the making. We went with 2 other couples. They're our friends. And we rented a catamaran in the British Virgin Islands. And it had a captain and it had a chef.
That's so cool.
And it was extraordinary.
That sounds amazing.
It was so nice.
Wait.
So nice.
So Rachel and I were only texting sporadically. I was trying to leave her alone because she didn't have strong Wi-Fi the whole time. And she was on vacation. But my phone rang one time. Hello!
I texted you first and I said, "Are you ready?" And you said, "Ready." And then I FaceTimed you and you were like, "What is happening that you have to FaceTime me?"
Okay. So she told me her rule.
This was the rule. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm not a doer. In life, I consider myself like an inside cat. Like my whole life, I've never wanted to be outside. From my like earliest childhood summers, I can remember my grandmother saying, "Get out of the house, Rachel." And I was like, "But it's dark and it's cold in here, and General Hospital's on."
I get it.
That's what I wanted to do. I've never been a sun worshiper. I'm not a big outdoors person. It's just not my thing. So I told everyone at the beginning of the trip, if there were 6 of us, if all 5 of you are doing something, I'm doing it too. But if any one of you wants to stay on this boat with me, I'm in. Like, I'm good. I don't really love to snorkel. It freaks me out a little bit. Even when my kids want to snorkel, I rarely put that mask on and like
go in.
Look in there, because what I want to believe is that nothing.
You're in a pool. It's the ocean, but it's a pool. Right. No fish live here.
So the first day we snorkeled, I was like a really good sport about it. I did all the snorkeling. I looked at all the things. I went in caves.
I called her on the last day and I was like, "Hey, what's going on?" Or she called. I'm like, "Hi, yay." And she was like, "They're snorkeling." I said, "Leave me behind." She was like, I can't snorkel again.
I'll tell you what broke me.
It's the same water.
I'll tell you what broke me. This is a good story, you guys. First day, we went, like the first full day, like we woke up in the morning. They took us to this snorkel spot and they called it the caves. It was not what I was expecting. I do think that like the catamaran is the way to see the British Virgin Islands.
Yeah.
Because they were everywhere. Everywhere you went, it was just boats that looked like our boat.
Okay.
So these like little catamarans that they're considered yachts, I think, but not like mega yachts. Just like there was 4 cabins.
What's the definition of a yacht?
It's something you can like live on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What
so it had
about
like a little
houseboat?
galley. I don't know.
Yacht?
Maybe.
I feel like they should call it
Oh,
that,
I think there's a foot
size
requirement. Too.
Okay.
But we were on a 50-foot boat and it was considered a yacht, but we're not talking like Jeff Bezos here. we didn't see any like big resorts. So I think if you want to visit the British Virgin Islands, the most common way to do it is to rent these.
Cool.
It was very cool. And we like followed the same ones around all week, and the same companies are on a lot of the boats. So it seems to be like the thing you do in the British Virgin Islands. We didn't know. I think we saw an Instagram ad, honestly, and we're like, that looks cool.
That's cool.
Yeah. Okay, so first full day, we wake up, captain, and we didn't research anything. We just told the captain he was from the British Virgin Islands. He grew up there his whole life. You tell us what we want to do. Like, obviously he knows better, right?
Right.
Okay, so he gets out all the snorkel stuff, and there are people being like riding dinghies back and forth.
Okay.
And he's like, get in. Swim over there. There's 3 caves. Swim back. Snorkel. I was like, are you sure? Okay.
Did you?
I did.
That's when you posted the Instagram post.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, so the snorkel.
We'll put it up because I was dying laughing about that.
The snorkel mask was incredibly tight. So tight that like around my nose where it like makes contact was sore.
Oh, okay.
Do you know what I mean? And it left like marks on our
plus
faces.
salt water, like abrasion.
Yeah. So it was really tight, and I had extra small flips on. I don't have small feet. And when we went in one of the caves, you either belly slid in there on the rocks because there was only this much water,
that's so cool.
Or you would have to walk in. And my husband said, you should turn around and walk backwards. And I was like, there is less than a 0% chance that I'm walking backwards into a dark cave. Okay? I'm going eyes first. I'm going to see what's in there to eat me.
Because there was only this much water, but it was open taller.
It was open taller. It was tall enough to stand up if you stood in the middle.
Okay.
It was like this.
Okay, so you can walk backwards.
But I like walked frontwards so I could tell if anything was going to get me.
What were your hands doing just there?
Those are my
flippers. Your flippers. Okay.
So then we got in there, and the choice was sit on the rocks in the dark.
Oh, it's still dark?
It's a cave.
But didn't the light come in and like light it up a little bit?
I could see the people sitting there, but is there a crab sitting next to them? I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, right. I wasn't sitting. So I just stood there.
Meanwhile, her Hawaiian husband, I'm sure, is in heaven.
He's rolling around.
One with the crabs.
Oh, yeah. He wants a hug. I'm like, I don't want to hug you right now.
I can't
try not to touch anything. I'm also not trying to like be obnoxiously uncomfortable, so I'm trying to be like quiet about my uncomfort.
Your discomfort.
I'm just standing there sideways.
Can't frozen.
I don't want my back to the wall, to the dark, and I didn't want to not be able to see everybody, so I was just like, I have so many rocks in my flippers. It was so uncomfortable. And then all these people started coming in the cave, and I was like, how are we going to leave the cave? We can't leave now. Because I would have had to. I know.
Because you weren't swimming on your belly.
There was so little water, Renee. It would have been like crunch, flop down.
I know.
Okay, so we get out of there. I had to take the things off to empty. All these rocks fell out. But it was really cool. Like, we saw barracuda, but far enough away to be like, oh, big fish, big teeth. Oh, there was this school. I called them the Guardians. This school of tiny little glittery fish.
Oh, that's so cool.
And if you moved, they moved. But like the whole school moved. Do you know what I mean?
That's so cool.
It was so cool. It was really, I mean, it was a really good experience. I was glad I did it. I was proud of myself for doing it.
I'm proud of you.
That's what my husband said too, because you've seen me snorkel.
I know.
It's head up the whole time.
One time Rachel was like, hey, when she lived in Hawaii, I would go out frequently. I actually didn't appreciate the amount of time that I got to spend in Hawaii because you living there afforded me that. Because I would just like roll into her house and she'd be like, I have to go to work, take my car. Yeah. Okay. Hey, do you want to go see the sea turtles. And I was like, yes, because actually on my bucket list of life is swim with a dolphin. So, so we went with her friends to the sea turtle cove, and I ended up snorkeling, and I I don't see anything. I don't see anything. I turned around and
oh yeah, they'll just be in your face. Yeah, big.
I ended up on the back of one of her friends being like, take me back to shore, swim me back to shore. They were going to be my sacrifice. I have to stay close to you. Please get me back. That poor person was probably like, get her off of me.
I mean, he's probably used to being friends with me. Okay, so.
And I took swim with the dolphin off my list very quickly.
Yeah. Okay,
Don't need to do that.
Since, and everyone loved that. Like, everybody was really happy with that snorkel experience.
Okay.
I was happy because I thought, day one and we got it done.
That's right.
Like,
check
that
off
was
the
the
list.
thing that I'm, like, not real keen on.
Right.
And we're done with it.
Right.
Like, perfect.
Love that.
Take me to a beach. And then snorkeling happened every day. Every single day.
They caught fish.
Okay, so what Renee was talking.
Make it the cruise story.
Well, you're gonna edit it.
Okay.
Okay.
We
here we
haven't
go.
talked about yarn yet.
Okay, so wait. Okay, here's the story. This is the story that I said you guys are gonna like this story. I'm asleep. Probably not like this. It's probably more like. But I'm asleep on the front of the boat, and my husband comes up and he says, "Hey, everyone's going to go snorkeling, but you don't have to go snorkeling. You can sleep." And I said, "Is everybody going?" He said, "Yes." I was like, "Well, I'm going too."
It's the rule.
So that's what yeah. Okay, so go to the back of the, and the water, I tell you what, the water temperature was
perfect.
You would jump in and immediately not be hot and immediately not be cold. And it was so salty that if you just pointed your toes up, you would just float there.
Oh, that's so nice.
Like, no swimming was required. No floating. You were your own flotation device.
Love that.
So, jump in the water. I get all the gear that hurts because my feet hurt from the rocks in them. My face still hurts from the mask the last time. One of the guys is like, "Oh, I'm going to get out because my wife and I are going to stay here." I was like, "What do you mean?
Could you take that option?
What do you mean you're going to stay here?"
Did you take that option?
He was like, "Well, we were all going to get massages." He's like, "Well, we were going to get our massage first."
Doesn't this trip sound lovely? Sounds lovely.
So I was like, "Well, now I'm wet." Okay, so I'm like, I got tricked. But I'm in the water now. I'm up. I'm gonna go. So then the captain's like, "Oh, you guys have to get in the dinghy for this one." I'm like, "Oh, okay." Because we were like in a little harbor area.
Okay.
So he takes the four of us, me, my husband, the other couple, and dinghies us over. He was like, "This reef right here is really good." And I said, "How do we know that the boats are going to see us?" And he said, "Boats can't come here. They have to stay in the channel."
Okay.
So you're not in the channel. You just stay in that reef. And when we left, the chef said, "Hey, bring me back something." And I thought, probably a dirty snorkel mask is all I'm bringing you back. And then the captain was like, "Oh," he said, "hand me the snare." And she gives him this stick with a loop. And I was like, "Great, now we're going to lug this in. What are we going to do with it?"
Gotta swim with this stick around in the ocean all day.
What are we going to do with this?
Who had it?
My husband.
Okay, that's fine. As long as you didn't.
And I was like, "Whatever. Fine." So we get in the water, and the other guy we're with is like, "Rachel, do you know how to look for lobster?" I was like,
I
"No."
actively try not to, sir.
"No, I don't know how to look for a lobster. I've never looked for a lobster in my life. I don't even like lobster." He said, "Well, you have to look for their tentacles and they hide under the rocks." I was like, "I don't want to do that. Like, we're not going to do that."
Right.
I'm not even kidding. While I'm still complaining about him talking to me about it, my husband's like, "I found one!"
The Hawaiian.
The Hawaiian. The Hawaiian found the lobster. He said, "It's really big." I'm like, "Okay." So we all swim over there, and we're like bobbing up and down in the water like... I can't see a damn thing. I don't see anything. But I'm like, oh yeah, babe, you got it. You can do it. So my husband dives down. I don't do that either.
My face hurts.
My body never leaves the surface of the water. So I'm not going down there to look. I'm just going to trust him. He dives down. He comes back. He's like, oh, I can't hold my breath that long. So the other guy dives down, and he's like, yeah, he's down there.
How far down?
I don't know. You know, everything's weird in water.
Right.
Your perspective is weird.
Right.
I have no idea. And we do this for a little bit. And then the other guy's like, I'm going to just swim back to the boat. I'm going to get the captain. He'll come help us catch this lobster. I'm like,
that's
okay.
Full service.
So he swims back to the boat, and we're just still there, like, making sure we're still bobbing over the same rock. And we're there so long that guy's wife is like, do you think he made it? I'm like, I don't know. Do you want to swim back? Like, she's like, where is he? I'm like, I don't know. All the boats look the same. They're all just white boats. I don't even know what boat is ours.
Okay.
All of a sudden, through the area that no boats can go, comes a dinghy. Full speed. It's like the front of it is lifting up. And our friend's on it like he's like riding a wild bull. Like, what's going on? And also, all the dinghies look the same. Like, they're just gray tube boats. Yeah. I'm like, oh my God. Our captain got so excited about this lobster that his hair is not gray anymore because I swore he had gray hair. And then he didn't. And the guy's like, hey, it was the captain's son that showed up in the
cowboy dinghy.
Fastest dinghy.
Will they get in trouble for that?
He didn't seem to care.
Okay.
So he's like, I'm going to get that lobster. And my husband was like, no, you are not, sir. I found this lobster. I'm catching it.
Oh, really?
So he dives down and he gets it on this, you know.
What did you wait for?
Well, I think he just needed like a push of.
Okay. Like, I'm catching this
I'm getting it. So he gets this lobster by the like antenna. He snares it. And then on the way up, lobsters swim, but they swim backwards with their fin, with their little tail. They like kick backwards.
I didn't know that.
Well, I didn't either. Renee, this lobster was so big that when he pulled it out, I was like, that's not lobster. That's not what they look like. And he dropped it because the thing started swimming away. So now, lobster with stick, bottom of ocean. So then our friend dives down to like grab it. Yeah. My husband pops up, takes a breath. Now they're like up and down, up and down. They're like handing it off kind of to get it to the surface. They get it to the surface. And the guy in the dinghy, his name was Q. Q is so excited. He's like hooping and hollering. He's like, yeah! He's like, oh, we're going to have so much fun. Get in the dinghy. Renee, the dinghy is a solid 15 inches above the water.
How do you get in there?
Yeah, that's what I said. How do you get in there? He said, oh, just give me one arm and one leg. I had my head on someone's lap, my butt up in the air. It's a less attractive way to enter the boat has never been devised. This is the most unattractive way. We all just got drunk. And we're wearing flippers, and he's like, don't step on the lobster that's in the boat now.
Oh no, because you get flopped in and you don't want to be flopped on.
Okay, so we finally get in the dinghy. And he's like, move to the front. And we're like, okay. The captain always tells us to move to the back.
Right.
He's like, no, I need you guys in the front. I mean, what do we know? We know nothing.
Right.
So we all sit in the front, all four of us, lobster. And this dinghy doesn't come from a yacht. So he has like a gas tank in there, like the red thing, and a car battery in the dinghy. Okay?
Okay.
And he takes off. Full speed. We're all going. Us, the lobster, all of us. We zip around the corner.
Lobster.
I did feel bad for that lobster. I felt really bad. He's like, this is my spot, you guys. This is the spot. We're going to find so much we're going to eat good tonight. And I was like, we eat good every night, Q. They've been feeding us. We don't have to do any of this. But everyone else is like, yeah! Okay, so he's like, get back in. I'm like, how? And he's like, just flop. So I flop back. Oh, yeah. Flop back into the boat.
Like in the ocean.
Yeah, back into the ocean. Flop it. They said go in scuba diver style. I was like, I'm not a scuba diver. They were like, you just go in like butt first, backwards.
Okay.
So I did, boo. Okay, and I look under the water. Bubble wrap. It looks like bubble wrap. I'm like, hey, I'm like blinking. I'm like, what's going on with my eyeballs? Looks so weird under here. Jellyfish. Jellyfish everywhere. I'm like, are these jellyfish? He's like, oh, maybe. He's like, they're usually not here. Are they stinging you? The girl beside me was like, I think so. I think either that or there's a stick in my hair. Oh my God. Get me back in the boat. Get me, Q. Get me back in the boat. I told you you're going to like a story. Get back in the boat.
My cheeks hurt.
She has a jellyfish stuck to her back.
How do you get it off?
My husband just pulled it off for her.
Ew.
And then she was like, Rachel, see if they're in my hair. And I was like, I'm out. Okay, I feel like I've been a really good sport about this. So much so that you might not know this about me, but this is not my comfort zone. Okay. So he's like, we can do so much better. Like that, you're right. Back to the boat. He's like, no, we'll go around the corner. There's a bay. And it was gorgeous, beautiful. So we go to this big bay and someone sticks their face in to look for the jellyfish. Jellyfish aren't there. Okay, good.
What did her back look like?
They didn't have tentacles. So
okay.
She said it just literally felt like a stick scraped her.
Okay.
It wasn't like, it didn't leave a mark or anything, but they were irritating and they were everywhere.
Ugh. Are the tentacles what sting?
I guess.
Okay.
These were just, I thought they were those floaty things in your eyeballs.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They weren't big. Okay. So we get to the bay and someone's like, hey, do you have an anchor for this boat? And he's like, no, I hold the rope. And we're like, okay. What rope? Well, there was a rope in the boat. Like, you know when you tie it off to the dock?
Yeah.
That rope. He's just going to hold it while he like snorkels around.
Okay.
Because he doesn't have an anchor. Okay. So everyone jumps in. Not me. I am done. That was it. The jellyfish water was the end.
Oh, for sure.
And I'm not getting pulled back into that boat anymore. Didn't enjoy that. I don't want to do any of it. I'm like, you guys go, have all your fun, do whatever you want to do. Just consider me part of the boat. And sometimes I would pose on the front. Like, you know how they have like the ladies on the front of boats? I'm like, this is me now.
Your Rose.
Yeah. What?
Meanwhile, where's the sunscreen? Where's the reapply of the
None
sunscreen?
of it. Nothing. None of that's happening. There's no water. Nothing to drink.
Your friends are just relaxing on
I'm
that
just
boat.
cooking. Q, and I'm like, Q, the boat is too far away. He's like, oh, you're right. He gets in the boat.
How's he get in?
He just, like he's been doing it his whole life. He probably has,
yeah.
He just pops into the boat and then he's like, wait a minute. I have to pump it back up because it's losing air. He pumped it back full. That's why we all had to sit in the front. Pumped it back up. So now I'm in a sinking boat with 2 fish and a lobster.
Ew.
I was like, guys, I feel like it's the Red Lobster tank over here.
Plus Rachel.
Just me and the Red Lobster tank. By the time we left, there was 4 fish, 2 lobsters, and me just floating around. The boat just kept filling up with wildlife.
Worst nightmare.
It was terrible. And then everyone had to get back in and not step on the stuff that was just in the boat.
Rachel called me the last day and she said, they're snorkeling. Everyone's getting off the boat. And I said, I'm just not an activities girl.
Please leave me alone. Just literally leave me to myself. I don't even need just me. That's all I wanted, just me.
So Rachel gets to go to the British Virgin Islands. I get to go to Virginia.
It's almost the same.
There's a V in it. You get to go to the Virgin Islands. I get to go to Virginia. So it's a 6-hour car ride at best. My children get car sick, one more than the other. I also get car sick. And we get there. They did the best that they could. They actually did a very good job getting down there, the children. We swim in the lake. We play on the beach. We have a birthday party, a milestone birthday party for my father-in-law.
Good.
Get back in the car. We only had a day there. Get back in the car.
Why did you only have a day there?
That's all we had.
Ugh.
I know.
That's a lot.
So we drove down. My husband took off work on Friday so that we could drive. So we woke up early Friday, drove down to maximize time with the family, not on the party day. The party was on Saturday, so a lot of the energy went into getting ready for the party.
Yeah.
And we took the kids to the beach because they were very good sports, but also like, I don't want to make a charcuterie plate.
Right.
Okay. Come on, let's go. Well, you want to go to the beach? Okay, let's do that. Let's go swim. Sunday driving home, 2 flash floods we drove through. 2 flash flood warnings and a fog warning. Have you ever seen that one?
And from Virginia to Pennsylvania is not flat, nice road.
No, you're driving in the mountains. And I ended up falling asleep at some point. And I woke up at one point and the wipers are going as fast as they can. And I still felt like, I was like, hey, babe, do you need to, I feel like we're going fast. And he was like, Renee, we're not even going 20 miles an hour. But it felt so fast because you couldn't see anything.
Yeah,
and
that's
he
scary.
said, you slept through the fog. That was even worse. But literally what woke me up was the burp on our phones. You're in a flash flood area.
Yeah.
It took so long to get home, guys. The kids were troopers, but we were so beat up when we got out of that car.
Yeah.
It was a lot.
Yeah.
We did that drive, one day there, that drive again.
That's rough. I'm going to show you something. I showed Mom this. I'll give you guys pictures of our trip. I feel like maybe my story made it sound like it wasn't wonderful. It was. But we went to this place called the Baths. Apparently, it's the place. Had I researched anything about the Virgin Islands, it would have been
like doing that on a trip, though.
Like not knowing where you're going.
Yeah.
I do too.
Everything's a surprising adventure.
Right. Yeah. Everything, for scary or for not. But, I don't know where it is.
It's fine. We'll put it up.
It was gorgeous. It was these huge granite boulders.
Yeah.
And there was like a path through them. It was marked, but not super well. It was so much fun.
Okay, guys, thanks for hanging out with us while we caught up with each other. Now on to all of the yarny things.
This was sent to us from our friend Amy in Erie.
From 3 Tulips Yarn Company.
She owns, 3 Tulips Yarn Company. It's local-ish,
Same state.
Still in Pennsylvania. We could drive there. And she sent us a message and said that she dyed yarn for us specifically. Like for Rachel and for Renee. So.
And asked if she could send it to us.
Yeah, who would say no to that?
Okay, so she hosts a sock along, right?
Yeah, that's what I think she sent us this so that we could knit socks with her sock, with her yarn for her sock along.
This is so exciting.
And she said something like, now that I know your favorite colors. And I thought, oh, Amy, I don't even know if I told you. I just said a bunch of colors. I can't wait to see.
You like the rainbow.
I can't wait to see what she made me.
Okay, I want to see.
Okay.
We will put the information for the sock knit along.
All of it.
Down below.
Amy's company.
Yes.
Okay, close your eyes because I don't know.
What do you mean? Okay, you keep it.
I haven't looked yet, but
Are they wrapped? They're wrapped.
Oh, they're wrapped. Okay. Oh, Amy, thanks.
Oh, does she have a name?
Yeah.
Renee.
Rachel. Oh, and cards.
Oh my God.
Oh, no, packages. Are we doing big package or little package first?
Little.
Little package first.
Yeah, because I think this is the big surprise of life.
This is the yarn.
It's so fun to see how people
interpret it.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. I'm excited.
Here we go. Oh, those are so adorable.
I love this. Amy, I love a pin. I have so many pins on my project bags.
Okay.
Thank you, Amy.
Thank you, Amy.
Okay.
I'm so excited. Are we going at the same time, or you go first? You want me to go first?
You go first. Sell them to people. Like, it takes me forever.
Okay, so this is 75%. 75%. Rachel took it and it's like, this is so beautiful. Don't look at it. It's beautiful. Hey, lady. Give it back. Okay.
It's mine.
So it is 75% superwash merino wool, 25% nylon. Look at
I
that.
love that.
That is like the perfect little neutral flower with a green stem.
Yeah. Oh,
I know.
I love it.
Rachel loves a speckled sock, and she loves
so
blue.
much.
You have to show them.
Oh. I can't
Look
wait.
how talented you are.
Thank you, Amy.
Amy, my
The
heart is
sweetest
so
gift.
happy.
Now, listen. What if I mess up the socks?
You're not going to. You won't. You'll frog them and start over.
I love this.
I love that too, and I love mine.
Yours looks like you should wear them out in your garden.
I know.
They could be garden socks.
I know.
It's exactly what you're wearing.
You guys, wait,
It's
I have
exactly
sweatpants
what
on
she's
today.
wearing.
Can I tell you how funny this is? I'll text you and show you. But you can't make this up.
I know.
This
Thank
is
you
so
so
generous
much.
of you.
Oh my God, I love it. Okay.
We're gonna take pictures so that
We'll
we
have
can
to
show
take
everyone
pictures.
too, because this is not showing up. But what a treat! So again, it's 3 Tulips Yarn Company. She is an independent yarn dyer out of Erie, and she has a sock knit along that I believe is done with her sock yarn. So Rachel and I will obviously be participating in that. Can we talk about how our parents for a second? Because I feel like they get grandparent of the year. So before you went on your trip, my daughter was calling saying, Bubba, can I come spend the night with you? She had her first sleepover ever with Bubba the time before this, and she just has felt like big girl on campus. So she went down. There was our niece from our middle sister went and spent the night, and then she brought her back. Rachel,
I went down the next day.
delivers her children for a week.
Yeah,
my parents.
It was more than a week.
At mom and dad's house, watched them, and every time I called, what are you doing? We're going to the trampoline park. What are you doing? We're going to the movie.
I said, are you excited to come home? They said no.
So then they bring your children home.
They came back today with our nephew
because they're flying out to the West Coast in California for the week to take our nephew to engineering camp. I said, Mom, oh, and her dogs are here because she said, Renee, will you watch the dogs while we're in California? I said, sure. Good luck getting them off my daughter because she's going to be in love with those dogs, having them at the house for the week. So they are here with us now. But I said, Mom and Dad, are you going to run away from us?
Oh, yeah.
And she said, no. She said, Renee, it is, if I had it this way or the exact opposite, I'd pick this every time. Like, this is such a good problem to have. Good. That the kids love to be with her.
Love them.
Really. They are very well-loved grandparents.
Yeah.
Well, I know.
They did all the fun things.
I know.
They took them camping.
Oh my gosh, while Rachel was out of town, they took her kids on a vacation.
Uh-huh.
They called us and said, do you want to go camping with us? Yes. Dad said, I already looked up, there's cabins because we don't have a camper. Our other sister does. And my parents have their own. So Dad said, I have 2 cabins right by our, their spot.
But you were gone.
I said, we're going to be driving for 15 hours instead. I know, that would have been fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they did awesome.
So that's basically what's been going on.
Where we've been.
Yeah. Should we talk about some yarn stuff?
Did you knit while you were gone?
Not as much as I would have liked to because I was getting car sick.
Same. I took enough yarn that if I got stuck on Gilligan's Island, I was good for
until you found a sheep.
Yeah. I was good for, there were a lot of goats in the British Virgin
that's cool.
Islands. Lots of goats. Yeah, I took all kind of stuff.
Did you finish anything?
I finished one singular sock.
Let's see it.
We need to weave in ends, but otherwise they're a finished pair of socks.
They are gorgeous. And again, that would go with either of our outfits.
Well, Renee, we're very predictable.
We are very predictable, but it is a rainbow, but it's not a Roy G. Biv rainbow.
No, yeah, I know.
But
is that not gorgeous?
Beautiful. Though? Like put one sock up to your shirt and one sock with either.
Right.
They're gorgeous, Rachel.
Yeah.
Do you want to do the rundown?
So, yep. This is the Rainbow Sherbet sock by Oakwood Knits. It is a toe-up sock. It has Judy's magic cast on, and then a Fleagle heel. Jenny's surprisingly stretchy bind off. That's the second one. Tell me if I did the bind off better.
Good. Hey, I feel like the heel is tighter on this one.
Maybe.
Like in a good way. Too.
Okay. The pattern is on the top of the sock, and it's just straight stockinette on the bottom. And
is this a paid pattern?
It is a paid pattern. I think it was $6.
Oh no.
They're the same. Are they?
Yeah,
how they fit.
They're gorgeous.
They're nice,
They're
right?
So pretty, Rachel.
I know. I made them in yarn dyed by Hugh Loco. It's her Phyllis sock, and it's in the color Nostalgia.
You can't see them, but I would die if somebody put their feet up and they had those on. They're gorgeous. Mm-hmm. You did a great job.
I know, and I don't often make a sock that doesn't have an accent like heel, toe, cuff, something.
Yeah.
But I really love those.
Rachel, they're gorgeous.
Thank you.
I love them.
Thank you. I do too. I'm very happy with them.
Yeah, you should be. Hugh Loco should put Nostalgia out again so I can buy it.
I know. Maybe she will.
That's a beautiful colorway.
It is. It is.
Okay.
And then, I don't know if you can tell, but it did kind of pool.
Yeah.
Into like these like very nice stripes.
How much yarn do you have left?
I'll show you.
Was it 100 grams that you had?
100 grams came. I have a decent amount.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. I bet that's at least a mini.
Yeah.
Looks like an Easter egg, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's my finished. It's finished. I mean, I have a couple ends to weave in, but that's what I did. I finished them on the plane last night.
Would you like to see what I finished?
I would love to see what you finished.
I finished my rainbow socks, you guys. So these are just a vanilla self-drafted sock.
Oh, these feel nice.
I know.
This yarn is soft.
It is. It's very nice. This is a yarn from a dyer out of the UK. It's Wildflower Yarns. This was a set of minis. The orange wasn't included. So I threw another orange yarn in that I had. But I said I wanted a faded pair of rainbow socks. So I grabbed those minis, which I purchased with the intention of making a rainbow sock.
They're beautiful.
Thank you. So I did 20 rounds of 1x1 ribbing for the cuff. I did 60 rounds on the leg and then 70 rounds for the foot. This was worked on a US 1 magic loop 2 at a time. It was my first time doing 2 at a time socks. I got better at the fading as the project went on. For the first time that I needed to fade, because it was, again, 2 at a time, I only made it 1 orange, 1 pink. And I was like,
I'm nice.
Done. Isn't that nice, Rachel?
Yes.
I know.
That heel is nice.
Oh, okay, wait, try this one on because they are different. And I'll tell you why. Oh, it's basically because I was talking. I think this was the second sock, actually. Okay. So I knit them magic loop on a US 1, 2 at a time, which is a 2.25 millimeter. So I only made it 2 rounds of fading on the first go. And then I made it 5 rounds of fading on the second go. And then I really got comfortable and I ended up fading for 15 rounds of just whatever I felt like would look nice. So I feel like from here on, I got really good at fading.
You did.
Yeah. And then I wanted the heels to be green and I ran out of green. So this one's a little more green and then blue at the end. And this one has a little bit of green, but more blue. You can never tell when you're wearing them. Each sock had at least 16 ends to weave in. I counted on the first sock. It was a lot of weaving in ends. There were some comments saying to carry your ends. I am so extra, guys. I did it on 1 sock. Could you feel 1 sock there was like a tighter place?
Yeah.
I do it too tightly that it's not. Anyways, there was a Stephen Weavin
Stephen weaving.
Isn't that cute?
Yeah.
From Stephen West, where he weaves in his ends as he goes. So I want to look into that for my next one. But yes, these are completed. They are my rainbow socks for Pride. I am very happy with them.
They're beautiful.
Thank you.
Hey, we both finished our rainbow socks.
I'm really happy with them. That looks so silly. They're not blocked yet, but they are done and all of the ends are woven in.
Good.
So
good job.
Done.
Nice.
Check it off. I was wearing them down at the lake house at my in-laws' house in Virginia. Very happily. They're very cozy. This may be one of my best fitting socks.
Good.
Yet. I'm getting my recipe down.
Good.
Yeah. I used Jana's round toe from Pearl Together for the toe, and then I also used her recipe for the heel. However, I added 7 rounds of straight knitting plus 4 stitches of increase in the heel. So I picked up the stitches for my forethought heel, added 4 more stitches in an even increment, went around 7 times, and then started Jana's rounded toe recipe for the heel. So
perfect.
I'm getting there on my perfect fitting heel.
Nice.
I think that's my only completed object.
Me too. I have 1 whip. No, I have 2 whips.
Okay.
But one is a
whip disaster. How is your whip disaster, by the way?
It's the same.
Oh.
Nothing changed. But I have now a whip I messed up, and I really don't want a frog, so I want you to
I want to see it. Yeah.
Okay. So what do you,
I want to see the one that we've seen before.
Okay. I thought I was going to finish this today because I was pretty confident.
We'll do the one that they've seen before, the one that they've seen before, and then our...
Okay. I was pretty confident I was going to at least get to the bind off today, but then you called.
This is beautiful.
So this is that, the Inclinations cowl. I've been knitting it all month.
Wait a minute. Pause for a second. I forgot to say this. This yarn is Wildflower Yarns.
No, you said that.
The mini set is called Sugar High. She's an independent dyer from the UK. These were a bunch of minis that I blended together.
Okay, so this is the Inclinations cowl that I've been working on. Here we go.
It's beautiful. Did you see somebody say that they bought the same colorway after seeing yours?
Look at it.
I would do it too. That's
Isn't it
beautiful,
pretty, you
Rachel.
guys? I have to... You decrease 2 stitches at a time, and I have to decrease that many more. So I'm close.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, she's close. I'm very, very happy.
Who is the pattern by?
So this is the Inclinations cowl by Andrea Mowry. Her sample and mine are knit in 2 colorways of Spin Cycles dyed in the wool. You need 2 skeins of each colorway, so 4 total skeins. Mine is done in the exclusive colorways from La Mercerie. They kit it that way. Pale September is one and November Air is the other. And it's only sold from La Mercerie. So I will link that below if you would like this exact color. Although you know it won't be exact, it'll be exact-ish.
It's beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm very, very happy with it. And I really like how it looks on the screen.
It's gorgeous. And in person.
You're
working too close to it.
Yeah. So I'm very close to this. I really want to finish it this week. So we'll cross our fingers.
Yeah. You will.
I think so.
Okay, this is the outline tee. I'm working it up in Equinox Sport by Magpie Fibers. The colorway is in the navy. It is a sport weight yarn that is 65% silk, 35% linen. Feels 100% heaven.
Yeah,
it feels...
It's us.
It's so... Guys, I love touching this yarn. Okay, here's where I'm at. I am working right now on the back. I'm flat. I'm working flat now. I stalled a little bit on this project.
When it was time to work flat.
Yes. What motivates me when I'm working top down is that I want to get in the round, because then you can just knit and stockinette. So here is I'm working on the back. Here's the front. These are the front 2 panels.
That's cute.
I know. I know. And then I am working my way up the back now.
Is it a V back also?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't know. I haven't gotten there. She'll look something like this. However, I dropped the stitches, but the extra in me doesn't want to like pop, 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 pop and drop them yet, just in case I made a mistake. But I double, triple checked when it was time to drop the stitches, because the last thing that you do is, so this will be the V-neck. You drop a stitch here, here, and then you drop a stitch here, here, and that makes the outline. Was very nervous about that. What if you get it just a little wrong and it drops all the way down? You know?
Yeah, I have no
idea.
idea.
Of course, that was the time that my kids were like, "Hey, mommy, mom, hey, mom, hey, mom." Wait, is it 4 or is it 5? Please stop.
Oh, God.
I know. The ribbing is a half twisted rib and then straight into stockinette. So that was nice. It was a lot of stitches to cast on. And the drape on this feels beautiful. I'm at gauge. Good. This pattern is written for fingering.
This does feel so nice. Yes.
I know. And like on a warm day to throw this on over a tank top or a bra, I think this will be great. I know it's not a lot to look at right now, guys. I'm sorry.
I think I can probably see it better than them. Here, let me help you.
Yeah, there we go. So
yeah, that's good. That's a lot to look at. And she's here on the back.
Flip. You have to go 7 inches before I start shaping the back. Yeah, and it will be quite oversized on me, which I'm happy about.
You have tonality up here.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty.
So I worked the body and the entire front on the first skein of yarn.
Awesome.
I forgot that
they're heavier skeins.
They're 115 grams. So I was really happy that I only had maybe a yard and a half that I just clipped and started into my second skein for the back. So I have 4 skeins of this. I feel like I may be able to get another garment out of what I have. Don't you think?
You think you're only going to use 2? Or are you going to make like a tank or
All
something?
I have is to come up the back and then put the sleeves on and the collar.
Oh, maybe.
Right.
Yeah.
And the sleeves aren't very long. Yeah, like a tank.
Yeah. It's lovely, Renee. I love it.
The gauge is 22 stitches per 10 centimeters.
Okay.
I'm at gauge.
Perfect.
It's written for fingering. It's written for the Ritual Dyes Undine.
Yeah.
I'm using a sport weight, but as a tight knitter, it's perfect. When I started working flat, though, I dropped my purling needle to a US 4. The pattern calls for a US 5. Huh, I will knit with a US 5, and I will purl with a US 4.
Smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, smart.
And I don't have any of the rowing out. Like, you can't tell where I switched.
No, yeah, it's looking good.
I'm really happy with this one. And I thought that I wouldn't be happy working on it because I had to work flat. It's fine.
You get used to it.
It's
almost more of a mental
thing. And I enjoy purling because it's something different to do than just like stockinette in the round. But yeah, this feels luxurious.
Yes.
I'm very happy about this.
Nice.
Yeah. I will say that the yarn dyes my finger when I'm knitting with it.
Interesting.
The bust measurement, I'm knitting a size 2. The bust measurement for the pattern goes from 28 to 62 inches.
Okay.
She says in her Ravelry account that all of her patterns are size inclusive, which I appreciate. The outline tee has 1,936 Ravelry projects as of recording time, and it says to choose a size 6 to 12 inches larger than your full bust. So I am knitting a size 2, which finishes at 44 inches. And my bust is about 32 and a half to 33 inches. So I will I'll be on the
higher side.
Of oversized. And my only modification so far is that I added 2 inches to the body length because it was pretty cropped. Vibes.
Okay.
I just went on vibes.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's a $10 pattern as of recording time.
Do you want to see mine?
Yes.
I need input.
Okay.
Okay. Do you want to see it first, or do you want me to explain everything about it?
See it first. Are you kidding me? Yes. Yes.
Are you sure?
I'm a visual learner.
What do you think it is?
Cheese and pearl. Wait, is this a surprise cast on?
Yeah.
Fun.
It would be a surprise really far along if I hadn't needed your help.
It's a garment.
Okay.
Because you have a deadline of 3 garments.
Okay.
That's what I think.
What do you think the garment is?
I think it's the Samantha Guerin tank.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know what it's made out of. Maybe your.
Okay.
But you wanted to do the stromboli with that. But I think it's Samantha Guerin tank.
Okay.
Beep beep. Lock it in.
Okay. Do you want to close your eyes and do it for the...
Yes.
Okay.
It's the stromboli, isn't it?
Close your eyes. Okay, open your eyes.
Oh, it's the Alpine Bloom.
Look how many stitches I dropped. But I do think it needs frogged anyhow. I think that's the right answer.
Okay.
Okay, so it is the Alpine Bloom. But
yes.
Do you see the lace?
Yes.
It's not right.
I don't know what it's supposed to look like.
Well, I can show you.
Okay.
Okay, so this is what it's supposed to look like. And mine is sideways. They're all going sideways. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Okay. So the last thing you do to end a round is a yarn over.
Okay.
And when I would come around to it, I often accidentally yarn over.
Okay.
So when I came around to the yarn over, I was like, oh, that's not right. And I unyarned it over for 3 of the 9 rounds before I realized it. And then I was like, maybe I can fudge it. And so then I had convinced myself that this would be okay.
Right.
Like, it doesn't look bad.
No.
Okay, so I messed that lace up a little bit. But I got the stitch count back.
Okay.
Where it was supposed to be.
How'd you do that?
Just vibes. Okay, and then when I started the color work, I did the first round really loose. And then like a round in here really tight. And then it started doing this pucker thing. And I was like, I feel like I just should, like I'm not that far. I did all this in a day.
Right.
I should just rip it out and do it right. Right? Do we think that's what I should do?
Yeah.
But I do think it's pretty.
It's very pretty. Yes.
Look, I did all the short rows and everything.
Yeah.
That's how I knew that I like the equinox knitted up.
Beautiful. Yes.
It is pretty
Isn't
though,
it
right?
Nice?
It is. So,
go ahead, show them.
So this is just a practice.
Yeah.
Here, let me see if I can show you the lace is not right. The lace is all scooted. It's like on a diagonal. Can you see that? And here's the thing. I don't think that it looks that bad.
I don't either.
But it's also not laying nicely.
Okay.
One. And this is the most recognizable sweater.
Right.
Everyone knows what that lace is supposed to look like.
Okay. I didn't, but yes, I see what you mean.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like...
You're not that far.
No. So I think I'm just going to...
Yeah. And then what happened at the end?
Well, it's been living in this bag for a while.
Yeah.
It crossed the Atlantic with me.
It's going to be beautiful though, Rachel.
Yeah, it will.
I really like the colors.
I do too.
Let me see. Show me the spin cycle that you were using again. What's it going into? Oh, yeah. It's going to be beautiful. What color is that?
This is Sex on the Beach.
So Sex on the Beach, Dyed in the Wool, Spin Cycle, and Equinox Sport
Fior de Latte
by Magpie Fibers.
Yes. So that was that. If I messed that up like 2 weeks ago. If it weren't messed up, I would have just knit that on this trip. And then I would have had a whole yoke to show you.
That'd be so cool.
I know, but then I was like, I should rip it out. Should I rip it out? I don't know. So.
I think so.
I think so too.
That stinks, but like that's really nice yarn.
I know, and I really want that sweater to be nice.
And you have wanted it for a while. I don't think you want to get it all in and be like, all of this is beautiful. And I hate that part annoys me.
Yeah.
Right.
Then I'm going to have to rip it out and try to figure out how to do it in reverse.
Right. I also had a little bit of a disaster.
Let's go.
This is what I didn't want to. This is my surprise.
Okay.
Okay. What do you think it is? What do you think my surprise is?
Well, I think it's a sock.
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay.
Because you messed up your sock information. I assume you're knitting it on a size 0 circular.
Okay.
Is it blue?
I don't know.
I think it's blue sock on a size 0 9-inch circular.
What makes you think blue?
I think I saw it somewhere.
I think I did post something like that.
Yeah.
Cast on, like happy cast on. Okay.
I watched that whole Whip Wednesday. You said you were going to put something in there and you didn't.
Guys, I called her and I was like, hey, call her text.
Because I was on a boat.
If I put a surprise in my Whip Wednesday, will you swipe away? No.
I said no. I'm not going to lie.
So
and she said, if you don't say yes, I won't do it. And I said, okay, then yes.
But I didn't do it. I pulled back so that we could experience this together. Do it for the channel. Do it for the table 10.
For the pod.
That's right. Close your eyes. Do you want to see the good one or the bad one first?
Oh, I want to see the bad one first.
I'm going to show you the good one first. Okay. Keep your eyes closed.
Okay.
Hold on. Keep your eyes closed.
Okay.
Hold on. Not yet.
Are you clicking?
It's the needles. Okay. Go ahead.
Wait, what is this?
These are 2 sock cuffs by Miss Charlotte Stone. These are the Dream Home socks. How cute are they, Rachel?
They're so cute. Because she does great patterns.
She does. She's the queen of a colorwork sock.
Does this make you nervous?
Which part?
That your little pinky toe is going to get stuck in there?
No, because she said you only have to catch every 9th float. Okay. You can only... So, here are my 2 cuffs that worked, and I can get them over my foot.
Okay.
So we get in the car. I get this yarn wound up, guys. I had the blue, I had the white, I had the red. I want to see the whole
what it's all going to look like, though. Because right now, in my mind, this is a train. And I don't think it's a train.
It's not. It's a house.
But it looks like a train with puffs of smoke coming out.
What comes next is all green. They're sitting on grass.
Oh.
I know.
Cute.
I know. And there's an, what's it called? Duplicate stitch door that goes into.
Cute.
I know.
Okay.
That's adorable.
Okay, tell us about them. Tell me all about it.
So, I wanted to cast this sock on. And I said, I think that's the perfect vacation thing to do. I've never knit colorwork socks. This will be a first for me. I've knit socks. I'm not bold enough to do them 2 at a time. And I'm not bold enough to do the magic loop. I tried, did not work. So I'm going to do it on my...
right here?
I put those on so I can 2 at a time them. Those are on hold after I completed them.
I see. After the color work.
Yes.
Okay.
So I cast on my Dream Home socks on a 9-inch circular. And then I read the pattern after I'm already sitting in the car and she calls for a larger needle size than I have. And I did not pack my other size shorties. Okay. So I had nothing else to size up to. And it was...
Is this not the second time this has happened to you?
It is 1 or 2 sizes greater.
Every time you try to knit socks somewhere,
I didn't have the
right... You end up with not the right thing.
I had what I needed. It just wasn't with my person.
That happened... Did that not happen to the Kennywood socks also?
Give me your phone. Look up the sock.
Tell me what they are called.
Dream Home. And tell me what size needle you need for them.
Oh, Renee, they're cute.
They're adorable.
They're so cute. What size? 1, 1.5, 2.
Right.
Nowhere says 0.
Right. So I had a Magic Loop US 1 and I had a US 0. I needed a 1.5 and a 2, which I didn't have in the car. Didn't read the pattern.
Yeah.
Before I got in the car.
Yeah.
I got it. I can do this. What I'll do is I'll go up a sock size. Could work.
Okay.
Or I could just do everything a little looser.
Okay.
Right. Because I'll cast on 64 and then you add some stitches before you do the color work. Are you ready?
Oh, yeah.
Are you ready for what happened? My first go. I made an ankle bangle bracelet. Look how big that is. It's almost a hat. Rachel, put it on your foot. I dare you. Look, I wish that you could have some size reference.
You can. Just.
What happened here?
Is it that loose?
I am nothing if I am not extra.
Yeah.
So if you tell me loose, I'm gonna go loose. And I was knitting this up being like, this is big. This feels big here for reference. Here's my normal sock. Okay? Here she is. Look how look how big that is.
You don't usually do these things.
But I totally did that one. It's so big. I'm a whole house over.
Okay. Yeah,
you're
huge.
It's not. I tried to convince myself that it was good. This is not good.
Wow.
So.
Oh, well, that had to have taken a while, too.
They're really, the colorwork cuffs aren't that.
Okay.
Really.
Okay.
And they're really fun.
Okay.
I really, really enjoyed this pattern.
I have that whole Summer League colorwork cuff club. I've never made one of them.
Same. Me too. We should do that.
We should.
Okay, so I did then cast on for the size that should have fit me, but I still used a US 0 because that's what I had. And I was like, I actually want to work on this sock some more. Here's the size difference of Renee being extra and Renee just doing what actually fits her foot.
Okay.
So here's this. I called Brianne, who is the owner of our local yarn store, and said, hey, this pattern calls for a green grass-like yarn with Tweety bits in it. And the Tweety bits are colorful. And she goes into the description of the pattern and says they are like flowers in a field. Oh, I want flowers in a field. Yeah. Bri, do you have any flowers in a field? She sent me a picture. It wasn't, she was like, Renee, I think it's going to be too like yellowy green for you. So what did I do? I paid a butt ton of shipping to get it sent to me from the UK because I really want that yarn that she made it in.
Where is it?
It's on its way.
Oh.
That's why these are on Magic Loop on hold.
Oh.
Rico designed Superba Tweed 4-ply.
It's pretty.
It's beautiful. Look at that tweed though.
Yeah. 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 It's cute.
I paid more for shipping than I did the yarn.
Because you wanted it quicker?
No, because I wanted it. Nobody had it in the States. Etsy wouldn't sell it to me, so I found a place in the UK. Oh,
and that's just what shipping was?
Yeah. First I found one, they're like, we won't ship to you. You're in the United States. And then I found another one. We're not going to ship to you either. I am getting this yarn. If I have to call my neighbor's parents to ask them to buy it. But this is the mistake.
Okay.
And this is the normal size of what my socks should be.
That's hilarious.
I know. That's fine.
I thought you were going to show me something itty bitty.
No. Here's a Shrek sock. Would you like your Shrek sock? No? Okay. But then I did scale it back.
You know what you could do?
I was so nervous.
A lot and make it like a thigh high.
I was so nervous about the floats not fitting over my heel.
Yeah.
That I made the floats really loose and stretchy and made my individual stitches very loose. I did.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Like your cloud stitches sometimes don't even look like stitches.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They were like loose and floppy.
Yeah.
The blue yarn is the blue from my daughter's rainbow sweater.
Okay.
Because I have way too much of that yarn. So I was like, it's sock yarn anyway. Perfect. It's Cascade Heritage. I'm just going to pull from some of that. The white is Kelborn Woolen's Perennial, also for her sweater. I don't think I'm going to use that as a background color, as it turns out. So I pulled that. The red is Knit Picks Stroll in the color... What color is that? Strawberry. I had a few reds up there. That was my best, like, true red.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Renee, they're pretty.
I am so excited for them. So they're on hold until the green comes, the Rico tweed, and then I'll do the duplicate stitch for the doors.
And what kind of heel are you going to do?
I don't know. What are you going to cast on?
I don't know.
So you're going to cast on the Alpine Bloom again.
So, I'm going to frog it. Okay, so here's the thing.
Okay.
I leave again on Friday.
Oh, gosh, that's right. Are we recording before then?
Yeah. We're recording on Thursday.
I have to knit my little heart out. Can I tell you something?
Huh. Okay, so I leave again Friday for a really quick little scoot out to Hawaii.
Hey, how cool was it that one of our viewers is going to be in Hawaii?
Yeah.
Same time you are.
Yeah.
And is also married to a native Hawaiian.
That's correct.
That's so cool.
Yeah. And her husband went to school at the school that my son is going to camp at, which is the reason that we're going.
Oh, really?
Yeah, isn't that cool?
That's so cool.
It is cool. Hawaii's so small. Hawaii is the smallest world.
Yeah.
It was not surprising that once she said, I'm also married to a Hawaiian, that like everything started. Yeah. It's just so small.
Yeah.
So my oldest son got accepted to a summer camp, and it's a sleepaway camp, and it's in Hawaii. So we're going. But we didn't have plans to go to Hawaii this summer.
Plans or budget.
Yeah, none of that. So we didn't have time off work, my husband or I. So I managed to string together a couple days. I'm taking the boys down, and then he managed to string some days at the end. So he's going to meet us there. We're together in Hawaii for like 20 hours, and then I come home, and then he brings the boys back a few days later. So both of the kids get a whole like 8 days trip in Hawaii,
but you guys get
a lot of plane rides and
you
bills.
Get some knitting.
knitting, but I do have to sleep.
I know,
because I literally have to come home, pick the dogs up, and go right back to work. Oh. So, but the kids will be happy.
Yeah. Okay. So what are you going to work on?
So I don't know. It's a big decision. I'm dying to knit a garment.
Okay.
I really want to make a sweater.
Oh, like a sweater.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do.
Okay.
I do. I don't know which one, but I'm kind of dying to, you know what it is? I'm dying to knit something at a bigger gauge.
Rachel, I was thinking when I was doing this, it said knit back and forth for 7 and a bit inches.
You're swimming in the ocean again.
I know, US 4 I'm purling on. Really?
I know.
I am making progress, but it is slow going. I know, and I thought to myself, it's going to be so fun when we yes, we have to do sleeves, but the body, everything else is going to go so quickly.
I know.
Okay. So what are you thinking?
I don't know. But then the other thing is I'm going to be in Hawaii, and even in the Caribbean, that sock yarn got sticky in my hands.
Yeah.
So I will take a sock with me, and then I'll choose, I don't know, a garment.
We have to figure out what time Amy's sock knit along goes.
I know. If it's now, maybe that's the sock.
That'll be fun.
Yeah. Maybe I'll look that up real quick.
I want to cast on a sock too, because now my socks are just on hold.
Right.
So I thought I was going to cast on one for Noah. But I'm confused about 6-ply.
What do you mean? What is confusing?
So one of my questions while you were away was, we got this, Rachel and I each got 150 grams of Regia, but they are 6-ply. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
So I was going to cast him on a sock. I guess when you say DK weight, that makes more sense.
Okay, it's a DK weight yarn. Make those Andrea Mowry Bear Paw DK socks and be done with it. It's toe up. It's ribbed. It's going to be beautiful.
For Noah. Okay, so maybe that's what I'll do with that. But if Amy's knit along is going, I'd rather do that.
Here's the deal.
Let's talk about it.
Amy's knit along is any pattern, any yarn. The only thing is, if you don't use her yarn makes you eligible to win prizes.
Okay, let's do that.
Well, yeah, because she made us our own special yarn. We're going to knit it. Anyone could, June 15th until August 15th. So any method, any yarn, it's a real...
We'll put the information up on the screen.
Yeah, so let's knit socks.
Yes.
Let's knit some socks, guys.
Let me ask you a question.
So I'll take this up.
Do you think that I should do the pattern that you just did with this color.
You want to see some?
Yeah. She's 3 tulips, and those are called Petal Drop. I love that. But I don't know that that is going to be good for an accent heel.
No, I would just do it in all that.
But that would be pretty. Okay, so wait a minute.
How about those?
Oh, I love those. Cloud Peak. Oh, those are adorable. Yeah.
That's a great color yarn to do.
Text me that one.
I have notes too. Some things that I wanted to say.
Okay.
One thing specifically, because someone wrote a comment and said, please tell everybody.
Oh, yes.
Here we go.
Good.
A few episodes ago, Renee and I were just kind of like tossing back and forth. What's the best way to buy a pattern? What would the designers prefer? Is it better for them if we buy it on Ravelry or if we buy it through their own website?
Corey commented and let us know, saying
that she is a pattern designer. Whether you buy it from Ravelry, Etsy, or their own website, they're getting charged a fee one way or another.
Right.
So there's no cheaper way for them to sell a pattern.
Right.
They have to pay for something.
Way.
But it's easier for them if you purchase it through Ravelry, because if there is a change to the pattern or if there's an error and they need to update it, Ravelry just sends that out.
Right. To everybody that has purchased the pattern.
Right.
And they don't have to do that administrative work.
Right. If you buy it through my website and then you email me and say, I need the update, she has to go look for the proof that you bought it. So like a confirmation code or an email or something.
Right.
So, and she said, please tell everybody.
Here we are.
It is less work for the designer if you purchase the pattern through Ravelry.
Great.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for letting us know.
Yeah.
Because I was doing the other thing thinking that I was helping the designer.
Right. Yeah. So, yeah.
Now we know. We are hosting the Stash Bash Make-Along.
Summer Stash Bash Make-Along.
With Jen and Karina of
Knitting Up North with Jen and Karina.
Yes. It runs until September 1st. It's already running. So if you are making anything, spinning, weaving, crocheting, knitting, sewing from your stash, it qualifies.
Yep.
Submit it to us through our Google form or our Ravelry page and let us know. And let me tell you guys, you are so creative. You make such beautiful stuff. I think we should put some of those up on this episode.
We'll
Either this episode or next episode, we'll put some of those up because my jaw has dropped gorgeous.
Yeah.
I, for administrative purposes, took comments off.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of kicking myself in the butt a little bit.
I tried to comment too.
I want to comment too. I want to be like, that's so beautiful.
And I just wanted to say, I wanted to like pop in and be like, thank you. I love it.
Same.
I'm so happy to see it. And I couldn't.
Same.
We'd handcuffed ourselves.
Right. So all I do is love them. And sometimes I have already loved them.
Yeah, me too.
So maybe I'll start a introduce yourself or let us say hi to you.
Or we'll need
page.
like a chit chat.
Yeah.
Part of our Ravelry group. Okay, so wait, another thing. Occasionally that Google link breaks. I don't know why. So
for the form.
Yeah, the Google form link, every once in a while someone will say, it's not working, and it's not. And I don't know that much about Google Forms, but Renee fixes it real quick. So if anyone is trying to use that Google form and it's not working, if you could just please message any one of us in any way. We'll try really hard to check everything, but that's really helpful when you guys tell us that. So thank you.
Right.
Yeah.
The Ravelry group, Stash Bash. Oh, and can I say my outline tee, Stash Bash. The socks that I am making, Stash Bash.
What about that really expensive European yarn that you're getting?
That doesn't count, but the cuff counts. Come on. Half a stash bash.
Half a stash bash.
If I was eligible for prizes and I was saying, hey, can I submit this? I would be like, counts. Absolutely. Sure. Yeah. The goal is to get through some of the stuff that we're just accumulating.
Right.
But please keep submitting it. I love seeing everything that you have made.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
So beautiful.
And we can't follow the hashtag on Instagram, but if you tag us, it's easy to see.
I can be found.
If you don't mind.
We can be found at Table 10 Podcast and separately Rachel at Table 10 and Renee at Table 10. But if you tag
any of us,
Table 10 Podcast.
If you haven't noticed, we get excited and it gets posted everywhere.
Sometimes we double post to the same account because I don't know that she has done it on Table 10 Podcast and also get excited. So we double post. And then we have to delete one.
Oh, you guys, do you know BVI did not let me fly with my knitting needles?
Oh, it didn't even explain that story. When I was FaceTiming her the last time, she was like, hey, Renee, you want to see my knitting needles? My backup wooden knitting snapped. So when she said in her Instagram stories, they took my needles, I was like, well, what about your wooden ones? And then I had to respond, oh, wait, I'm so sorry. You already told me you snapped one of them in half. How did that happen?
Oh, who knows? They're so little. They're like toothpicks. How does it not happen? It's the real question. This feels nice too.
I keep staring at them. Yeah.
This is really nice.
Okay, the other thing that we want to say before we close out for the day, for the morning, for us it's nighttime. Thank you so much to all of the other people that have given a little shout out to our channel or a big shout out to our little tiny channel. It means a lot to us. We found a lot of sister knitting couples, which is so cool.
Yeah. Yeah, we do. We love it. We get so excited.
I know. I feel the same because sometimes I will tell you guys, YouTube doesn't always tell us if somebody mentions us.
No, I'm going to try. Okay, so thank you, everybody. Thank you to our subscribers. And thank you if you're just new. Thank you to YouTube for telling people about us.
Right.
And thank you to our YouTube community because so many of you have shared us with your friends and with your knitting groups and with your followers if you have them. We've gotten so many shout outs from people telling their community about us, and just a huge thank you to everybody. We appreciate it. We really love this community and we're happy to be a part of it, and it really makes our hearts smile to hear that you guys like us too. So
I know.
So thank you, and we love you, and we're happy to be here.
We do love you. And look, guys.
I don't think I've had to say the thank yous for a while. That always gets me.
We do love you guys. So thank you so much for supporting us. And,
oh, boy.
And that's another week at Table 10.
All right.
Join us next week. We will save you a seat as we always do. We love you guys. And I'm sure there's some bloopers.
Roll them. Roll those beautiful bloopers.
Roll the bloopers.
Oh my God, we're like glitching it.
Because what is buzzing? My phone. You turn that off.
I don't know how. Finger guns. It looked like
the sprinkler. Like, is it dying? Which one's dying?
It smells like spaghetti in there, but you should have seen how many chins I got when we started doing that. Do the bicycle. I can't look at that.
The shopping cart.
Do the snorkeler. 11 o'clock at night and we are slap happy. Okay.